Every single day, there's this gnawing feeling that just won't let you rest. The world around you shouting that you should fit in, that you should follow the rules laid out by people who don't even remember what it means to dare. You know the feeling, like you're trapped in a maze built for obedience, not for greatness. You see opportunities slip through your fingers, while the same old faces seem to rise, again and again, like puppets on strings pulled by forces invisible but crushing. It's maddening. You're looking at the explosive rise of the tech elite, those giants who shape the future, and you ask yourself, how? How do they keep getting the edge, the power, the impossible deals that others only dream about? The painful truth is this: the power behind their unstoppable success lives in the shadows, quietly wielded by those who refuse to be just another voice in the crowd. Angel investors, the real gatekeepers, the unseen force that lifts the disruptors above the noise. But these allies, these angels, they're not just writing checks. They are the lifeblood of rebellion against the ordinary, champions of the outcasts who refuse the comfort of the familiar and the chains of conformity. You might feel like you're walking a tightrope stretched over an abyss of apathy and doubt, scrambling to find that breakthrough, that golden ticket to influence and impact. It seems impossible sometimes. Maybe you're battling the frustration of sitting on the sidelines, watching others snatch the future while your own visions fade into echoes. That sting is real. The endless grind of vetting ideas, the sleepless strategy sessions, the razor thin margins between breakthrough and breakdown. It doesn't come easy. But here's the fire in the belly. You aren't just an onlooker. You are the spark. You are the one with the power to throw fuel on the flames of the next great revolution. Think about this. The tech elite, the billion-dollar unicorns, the household names, none of those empires were built on talent alone. No, they rose because someone dared to believe where others saw risk. Those angel investors, they are the warriors fighting silent wars at the edge, armed not just with capital, but with vision sharp enough to cut through illusion and courage, enough to bet on the aberrations, the wild cards, the dreamers who won't accept the world as it is. But it's not enough to just write checks or smile politely at pitch decks. The true power lies in how angel investors think, how they break free from the chains of conventional wisdom and gifted those who will rebuild reality from the ground up. So, if there's one truth to grasp as you watch this, it's that the real magic happens when investment becomes so much more than a transaction. It becomes a partnership in liberation. You're not funding businesses, you're igniting movements. You're not handing out money, you're reclaiming freedom for those too bold to ask for permission. Every dollar you invest is a weapon against conformity. Every handshake a rebellion against the system that rewards being small, safe, and silent. Here's where it gets electrifying. Your influence can't be measured just by returns or exits. True power is the transformation you unleash in the founders' minds. The clear-eyed risk they take when they know you won't abandon them at the first sign of struggle. Angel investing is a crucible for forging new realities, where patience is your greatest weapon because breakthroughs are never convenient, and where your greatest skill is not just spotting opportunity but actively cultivating it. Your role isn't passive, it's visceral. You become the storm behind the calm, shaking foundations nobody thought possible to shake. You know what's devastating? Watching good ideas smother under layers of doubt, bureaucracy, and fear. Watching founders bend under pressure to fit in or lose their edge. Here lies the battleground, where angel investors show their true colors. Those who only chase short-term gains become part of the problem, reinforcing cages disguised as comfort. But those who dare to walk the razor's edge, the ones burning to reclaim what it means to create, those are the angels who change the game forever. When you choose to invest beyond numbers, beyond valuations, beyond conventional logic, you become a lifeline that drags greatness from the edge of oblivion and thrusts it into the spotlight. Now, let's get brutally practical. How do you, as an angel investor, break the mold and become that unstoppable power behind the tech elite? First, stop seeing startups as mere products or ideas. Start treating them as living forces of change that demand radical belief. Look for entrepreneurs who don't just want success, but who are ready to shatter every rule, to rewrite the game as if it was never set in stone. Trust isn't given on paper, it's earned through relentless engagement, through being as obsessed with the founder's vision as they are. You aren't just a wallet. You're an active force multiplying their courage and sharpening their focus. Second, resist the lure of the obvious and the safe. This world rewards the complacent, but real power belongs to those willing to sail into storms where others see peril. Invest where conviction trumps hype, where depth meets disruption. Beware the frenzies of consensus. True edge is forged by those who look beyond charts and buzzwords, into the messy, unpredictable human stories where real innovation is born. This means building relationships around shared fire, not metrics alone. Burn with a small circle that refuses to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Third, master patience to a level that feels almost unnatural. The tech elite didn't rise from quick wins. They were forged in the long, brutal winters of doubt, iteration, and failure. Your job is to be the unwavering anchor in the founder's journey, the calm in the storm, the belief when all else signals retreat. This is your secret weapon, the power to see beyond quarterly reports and profit margins, into the slow-building energy of true transformation. This kind of patience generates loyalty, resilience, and ultimately, unimaginable breakthroughs. And here's the most powerful secret. Angel investing isn't just about helping founders. It's about completely reinventing what it means to be powerful yourself. You won't gain influence by shrinking to fit the system. You gain influence by standing defiantly outside it, in the borderlands, where the exceptional live and breathe and refuse to be tamed. Every investment you make is a declaration that you embody the rare, the independent, the unbreakable. You don't follow trends, you ignite them. You don't follow rules, you make them obsolete. Picture this: a world where the true power of innovation doesn't come handcuffed by corporate greed or blind tradition, but from the relentless, wild energy of those few who refuse to settle. Imagine the tech elite not as rulers of a kingdom, but as sparks flying from fires stoked by dedicated angels. Even some of them might be sitting right next to you, unseen but holding the destiny of tomorrow in their hands. This is the revolution you are part of, choosing every day not to play safe, not to conform, but to push boundaries until the old world falls away and something extraordinary emerges. The battlefield isn't out there somewhere. It's inside every decision you make, every connection you foster, every risk you dare to take. Your obsession with finding and fueling the next great rebel founder is the heartbeat of a movement that transcends borders, titles, and outdated systems. Because this is no longer about changing the world in small ways or fitting into comfortable molds. This is about unleashing those who will make the uncomfortable unavoidable and the impossible inevitable. You hold the key to that transformation, but you must seize it ruthlessly. Question everything. Challenge every safe idea. Test every boundary. Align yourself not with the many, but with the few who burn with the same fire as you. Your patience is your power, your selectivity, your strength, your will, your weapon. This is a calling from the edge, where freedom is earned in battle, not given on a silver platter. If your heart is pounding now, if a fire has sparked in your chest that won't be quenched by headlines or hollow promises, then remember, this is the place where real angels rise. Not just to fund the future, but to create it fiercely, unashamedly, beyond any cage or comfort zone. You were never meant to sit quietly on the sidelines. This is your moment. This is the edge. And beyond it lies the power that can't be stopped, the force behind the tech elite, the true architects of tomorrow. Hold tight. Lean in. Burn harder. The world is watching and waiting for the few brave enough to take their place as the real power behind the next wave of revolution.